Are you hoping to move to the main line but worried that you can't afford it? Well, my friends, if you have read any news articles recently, you know that housing affordability is a major issue all around the country right now. And the main line is no different. In fact, on a national level, we have some fairly high home prices on the main line. But the plus side is that among the cities in the Northeast, like New York City, Washington, D.C., and Boston, the Philly area is still the most affordable. If you want to move to the main line, you may be wondering which areas are the most affordable, and that's what we're going to cover today. So with that, let's dive in to the top 5 most affordable towns on the main line of Philadelphia. For my fellow data nerds out there, I looked at home sale prices for single-family homes for 2023 by zip code to see overall where it is most affordable to buy a home. And I'm not talking about condos, and I'm not talking about townhomes, and I'm not talking about row homes, and definitely not duplexes, at least today, but a single family home that is not attached to any other home. In 2 weeks, I will be back here on YouTube talking about where you can get the most house, the most square footage for your money on the main line. So be sure to hit subscribe and come back in 2 weeks after the new year for that information. And between now and then, please enjoy your holidays and your time with your family. Okay, here we go. The number 5 most affordable town on the main line is Wynwood, with a median sale price in 2023 of $857,000 for a single family home. Now, Wynwood is a town that borders the city. This Route 1 right here is also known as City Line Avenue. Wynwood goes all the way up here to almost Gladwin, next to Penn Valley, next to Narberth, next to Ardmore. And this zip code is fairly large. There's about 14,000 people in Wynwood. And what's going on in Wynwood? Well, let's see. They do have a train station. From the Wynwood train station to Suburban Station on a normal morning commute, you're looking about 21 minutes to take the train, maybe a little bit more. Driving, about the same, maybe a little bit more. During the morning commute, I would say definitely a little bit more, but it obviously depends on the time of day. Now, Wynwood is located almost entirely within Lower Merion Township, and therefore kids in Wynwood, if they're going to go to public school, will go to Lower Merion Public Schools. However, there is a small slice down here where my hand is right now, that little hand, see it? That actually is in Haverford Township, so kids in that area will actually go to Haverford Township schools. Close to the train station, they have a couple fairly large shopping centers with an Old Navy, a Whole Foods market, a giant grocery store, a CVS. South of that, there's Lankenau Hospital, which is a very large medical center that serves basically the entire area, including West Philadelphia. Down in this area, they also have one of the campuses of Friends Central. The other one is up here to the north. They also run some very large summer camps at Friends Central, a family-friendly area, and one where you can take a quick commute into the city. The number 4 most affordable town on the main line is Ballackinwood, with a median home sale price of $813,000 in 2023 for single-family homes. Now we're going to go from Wynwood, which is down here, to Ballackinwood, which fits squarely within Lower Merion Township. So all kids within Ballackinwood, if they're going to go to public school, are going to go to Lower Merion schools. Ballackinwood is bordered by the city to the south, and up here over the river, over the bridge into Manayunk, as well as down here across City Line Avenue. Now, Ballackinwood is known for being home to a lot of the radio and TV stations in the area, so as you're driving along City Avenue here, you can see some of them on the side. There's also a fairly large industrial area down here um, with a lot of, office buildings, some condos, some apartments, a little bit of restaurants and retail, but not a lot. Mainly just a lot of buildings where people work during the day. And this is a good place for commuters because it has really good access to I-76, which is also known as the Schuylkill Expressway around here. And Bala Cynwyd also has 2 train stations. So getting on the train here will get you into Center City about the same length of time as Wynwood, about 22 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer if you're driving during the rush hour commute. And what else goes on in Bala Cynwyd? Well, you might be wondering, what is this big green area up here? This is actually a very large cemetery, and it's quite pretty if you like cemeteries. And through the cemetery goes the Cynwyd Heritage Trail, which is a really cool trail for walking and biking. You can actually take it over the bridge into Manayunk, so you can walk to Manayunk from Bala Cynwyd. Bala Cynwyd also, in this Belmont Hills section up here, has a library, as most areas of Lower Merion do. The Belmont Hills Library is next to the Belmont Hills Pool, which is one of the 2 public pools in Lower Merion Township. So overall, a great area for families. There's about 10,000 people in Bala Cynwyd right now. It's a fairly populated area in a small space, but very close to the city, so very good for commuters. The number 3 most affordable town on the main line is Paoli. In 2023, the median sale price was $633,000 in Paoli for a single family home. Now, Paoli is all the way out on the Western Main Line. So just for some perspective, we were just looking over here in Bala Cynwyd and Wynwood, and now we are following the main line all the way out here to Paoli. Now, Paoli is in Chester County, but it's split between 2 townships and 2 school districts. So Paoli is here, that 19301 zip code. It's part of Tredyffrin Township to the north and Willistown Township to the south. So kids up here in Paoli will go to Tredyffrin-Easttown School District, which is always fun to say. And kids in the south of Paoli down here will go to Great Valley School District. There is a train station in Paoli. On a morning commute, it's right there in the center of town. It'll take you about 50 minutes, so almost an hour to get to Center City from Paoli. If you drive, probably about the same, maybe a little bit more. Now, what goes on in Paoli? Well, if you like country clubs and you like golfing, there's about 4 or 5 of them directly to the south of Paoli in this area. They also have a really nice YMCA close by, as well as the Valley Forge National Historic Park, which is a beautiful area if you've never been, and Wilson Farm Park is also a really nice place to go for fireworks. Overall, you're not going to feel like you're in a city when you're in Paoli. You're definitely going to feel like you're in a town. It's a little bit more spread out than the towns we just went over, Bala Cynwyd and Wynwood, and the ones that are coming up soon on our list. This is going to feel more like you're in a town than you're in a city, and things are going to be more walkable than drivable out in Paoli. And the number 2 spot goes to Ardmore. The median sales price for a single family home in Ardmore in 2023 was $586,000. Now, Ardmore is a really vibrant community on the main line. It has a ton of shopping, restaurants, the Ardmore Music Hall, Suburban Square, which is kind of a high-end shopping area where they also have public gatherings and events. Ardmore is split between Lower Merion Township and Haverford Township. So that's what that green line is here, dissecting. So that's what this green line here is, running right down the middle of Ardmore in zip code 19003. The top portion here is in Lower Merion Township in Montgomery County. The bottom portion here is in Haverford Township in Delaware County. So depending on which side of the line people live in, that's where their kids will go to school. So Ardmore actually has two major train stations. One of them is up here in the center of town on Lancaster Avenue. To get to Center City from that train station will be about 25 to 30 minutes. You can also take this train to New York City. So there are some people that live on the main line and commute to New York City from the Ardmore train station. And then on the south side of Ardmore runs the Norristown high-speed line. So there's Ardmore there, but if you're living down here in this part of Ardmore, you might jump on this train instead. That will take you to West Philadelphia, where then you will change train stations and take that into Center City. And that commute will take about 40 minutes, whereas getting into this train station up here will be more like 25 to 30 minutes. And finally, the number one most affordable town on the main line is Havertown, with a median home sale price of $510,000 in 2023. Now, Havertown here is located within Haverford Township and within Haverford School District. There are some people who will say Havertown is not part of the main line, but rather south of it. I kind of disagree with that because kids in Havertown go to Haverford Public Schools, which I consider to be a mainline school district. Now, what else goes on in Havertown? Well, it's fairly populated. There's about 30 to 40,000 people there who live there. They also have a lot of public parks, a lot of playing fields, a really nice YMCA that people absolutely love. They have an indoor skating rink that is available for public use. And for people making the commute into the city, they are going to take the Norristown high-speed line. Here's Havertown here, so just south of Ardmore and Wynwood. So most people might be driving into the city, but most of them are going to jump on the high-speed line here and then take that to West Philadelphia and then transfer over to another train to take to Center City. Overall, Havertown is a really family-friendly and fun area. It has events throughout the year that are friendly for kids, for all ages. I think the access to the public parks in Havertown is one of the reasons that a lot of people like to move there, as well as the quick commute into the city. So that's our summary of the top 5 most affordable towns on the main line. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you check back soon for more content on moving to the main line.